So what's going on with these 2 measles deaths that are coming out of Lancaster County, Pennsylvania? I haven't said anything about this yet because we knew nothing about either case. All we knew was that they were unvaccinated, which is convenient that we know that they were unvaccinated versus in the Texas Air Force flu outbreak this summer, we couldn't possibly tell you how many were vaccinated or unvaccinated. But in this case, we can tell you. But the reason I waited is there was a lot of rumor. There was rumor that, you know, the 2 that died were elderly. There was rumor that no one died from measles. So I've just kind of been waiting. But now we know one case. We don't know the other one. So I can't tell you anything about the second one. But the first case that we do know about was a newborn. And this is very sad. But the coroner says that the newborn did not die from measles. They died from a splenic laceration. That means that they ruptured their spleen. That can happen during a traumatic birth, a breech birth, being a large baby, prematurity. It's very rare, but it can happen and it can kill the infant. And obviously in this case, how sad, the infant passed away. But the coroner himself came out and said this was not a measles death. And before you say, well, measles can cause a ruptured spleen, no, there's actually not, that's not a complication of measles. It is a complication of a traumatic birth. It's very rare, but it makes the most sense that it was a traumatic birth of some sort, or, you know, needed resuscitation, something like that. Something traumatic happened to this baby that caused this, and it wasn't the measles, and the coroner even said flat out, this was not a measles death. The reason they're classifying it as a measles-associated death is because he found measles antibodies in the autopsy report, and that could mean multiple things. Mom had measles at some point in her life, passed on her measles antibodies to the baby. Mom was vaccinated for measles and passed on her measles antibodies. It doesn't necessarily mean that baby had measles. In fact, the coroner is very clear, the baby did not die from measles. That's the only one of the 2 cases of measles deaths we know about. Now, the media is spinning it, saying that, well, we never said it was a measles death. We said it was a measles-associated death. So it's one of those like died with or died from. But the baby didn't even have measles. The baby just had measles antibodies. So it's a sad situation, but I want you to pay attention to what the media is doing to scare you. The 2 deaths out of Pennsylvania aren't actual measles deaths. At least one of them isn't. We don't know about the second one. So those are my thoughts. And as I get more information, I'll let you know.